Unfortunately, when you ask questions like that, the answer has to probably involve the word urgency and whatever, which that doesn't really exist. I think we played one game.
Mike, did Brady Oliveira practice today?
Nope.
Does that mean he's out for Thursday or TBD?
Yeah, TBD. He didn't practice a lot of camp either, so yeah, we'll see.
I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. It looked like yesterday you were very much prepared for the happenstance where he couldn't play. Just what we saw other guys doing. In this role, Bailey Feltmate was in there as well.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you got a limited roster and only a certain number of guys in a certain position, you have to practice, right? So you move guys around and make it work. You're not going to fly a guy in for a practice, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you remember of last year's trip to Ottawa?
I think it ended poorly, but it's New Year, right? So,
what was the deciding factor as you reflect on that game? What was it? The defense was on the field for a super long time, but
yeah.
What settled that game? Do you believe?
Oh, I think anytime I think we were ahead by a fair amount for a while, and then there's not one thing, right? There's probably a handful of costly errors that add up to giving up a bunch of points right at the end, and certainly Crum ran sort of wild on us near the end there, which we just couldn't tackle him.
One follow-up from the coaches' show yesterday. Can you describe the amount of confidence you have in Zach Collaros?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's the best. I don't know. Seems like we get up here every year and talk about him being the best. And that'll never change for me.
So the performance that the offense had last week, you waver none on
Well,
Zach?
once again, I think it's pretty easy to sit back watch your TV and point fingers at what's going on, but until you're in the actual offense, you don't know what everybody else is being asked to do, right? So when you got 12 guys on the field, there's a lot of responsibility for each guy to be exactly right or be very, very close to right. And if one or two guys aren't, sometimes it looks bad on other people too.
Mike, just for full clarity, are you saying Brady Oliveira will be a game-time decision on Thursday?
Well, I think we have more time before than just the game. I think we'll look at what goes on tonight and tomorrow morning, and we'll see.
He could be a game-time?
I don't know how they label him, honestly. You're asking me to put a specific label on that I don't really pay attention to. I'm going to ask Brady tomorrow morning. I'm going to ask him tonight how he's feeling. I'm going to ask him tomorrow morning, and then we'll figure out what goes on from there.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Mike, what did Winston Rose mean to the secondary these past few years?
Yeah, I thought he was obviously there was a few years there where he led the league in interceptions. He was a ball hawk. He always brought a ton of energy. He was certainly fun to be around, and he was. I thought he was interested in learning and helping his teammates. You miss guys like that. The character that Winston was.
How do you feel he handled how last year ended for him personally, not being able to play for you guys in the playoffs?
I don't know.
You don't know? You didn't talk to him about it?
Yeah, but I mean, some of those conversations are. Okay, I do know, and you're not privy to it.
Okay, fair enough. That makes more sense. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Nice to see him get another shot in the league, though, with now Ottawa, I take it.
Yeah. I mean, we like our guys, and sometimes guys aren't with us, and we still like them, It just so happens that we always have a good roster, and we always have guys that command top dollar, right? So there's always some movement away from us, and some guys choose to stay, some guys can't stay, some guys we can't have stay. But doesn't mean we don't like our guys, especially guys that have been with us for a number number of years and helped us win.
Why was Myron Mitchell the right guy to return kicks in week 1 for you guys?
Yeah, catches the ball very cleanly, shows some grit and toughness entering the fray.
What do you want to see for him this week? I was just talking to him. Obviously, he was beating himself up a little bit about both the fumble, but appreciate how everyone still had his back. And
Yeah, I just think it'll be way better because it's not his first game, and now he has some more awareness of the speed and the talent level he's going against, and just the play around the end zone stuff will be more clear to him.
he didn't field any punts in the 2 preseason games. Was that kind of a tough? Might be too strong of a word, but was it kind of a tough spot for him in week 1?
I think he caught enough punts in practices and before practice and after practice. You could see how well how cleanly he fielded the ball. So that's the number one issue a lot of these guys will face, right?
You guys have an identity as a real physical team, defense and on offense, and the tone on offense is obviously set by the line. I think you've said that often over the years. How much of that was missing, did you think, overall?
Yeah, I don't think we played an overly physical game in the last game.
Yeah. Any ideas why that would have happened?
No, I'm sure they know.
I'm wondering how much of a week one loss ramps up the urgency maybe in that department.
No, I don't know. I don't think with this group that it's as urgent as other people might say it is. I mean, they want to win every game, but they want to stick to the process and play the game the right way, and they want to do it for the right reasons. So I don't know. Unfortunately, when you ask questions like that, the answer has to probably involve the word urgency and whatever, which that doesn't really exist. I think we played one game, right?
Yeah. You guys haven't lost 2 in a row. I can't remember when. What does that say about your team?
They're a good football team.
Sorry?
They're a good football team.
They're just good.
They're just good. Yeah.
No.
I don't know that sometimes things happen, right? Sometimes heaters happen, sometimes it goes the other way. But for a lot of teams that are good teams, sometimes weird things happen. But
It just seems like a loss really gets this team's attention.
pardon me?
It seems like a loss just really gets this team's attention, that's all.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know that it changes doesn't really change their process, though. I think it gets their attention when they watch the film and they go, oh boy, that wasn't our best. So that response is always, to me, is always good, but I think they're always capable, right?
Yeah. How important is it to get a ground game going, whether it's Brady or not?
Depends, right? Depends on what the opposition's doing. If they're going to do things that take away the ground game, well, then we better get our pass game going, right? So I think, pardon me, I think the deal for this group has always been, or for the last pile of years, has been the ability to play whatever game you need to help your team win offensively, right? I think that's one of the things that I really like about the way Buck works is he's not pigeonholed into anything, right? He's prepared to do whatever it takes. As a play caller, as an offensive coordinator, he's going to do whatever and not worry about that stuff.